Welcome to the Gilded Pod, where today we're talking the Gilded Age, Season 3, Episode 6, If You Want to Cook an Omelet. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Reed. With me, as always, Marissa Garza. Marissa, you rich?
I mean, in so many ways, but not the money way yet. But
Not the money way yet.
I'm getting there. I'm getting
there. Great. I love to hear that. Marissa, this episode, boy, a lot happened. Like
There's
this
a lot. There's a lot.
We're moving plot at a breakneck pace right now.
Almost as fast as a train.
Almost as fast as a train, or you might say a horse with a carriage.
You might say it.
Boy, can't. Oh boy. So listen, before we get into all the storylines, we got so many storylines to cover. I want to remind you some free and easy ways you can support this podcast. You can do that by reviewing, rating, subscribing, wherever it is you do those things. Please do those things. That helps us get into the eyes and ears of more people. Let's people know about our podcast. Our podcast viewership and listenership has grown week after week. We love that you guys come back every week to check us out, to hear our views on these crazy storylines, these crazy people. So let other people know that you have found a podcast that you like by reviewing, rating, and subscribing. If you want to email us about anything, you can email us at thegoodpodfeedback@gmail.com. Thank you as always for reviewing, rating, and subscribing. We did get a new review, Marissa, in Apple Podcasts from one Bison326, titled "Bringing the Gilded Fun." It says, such a fun listen, and love to see the Gilded Age getting more love this season. Marissa and Jason are bringing it, and can't wait to listen along as this season unfolds. Thank you so much, Bison. We love it.
Bison.
We love to hear from our listeners, our viewers, and we said some ways you can help this podcast. You can also, we have a new way for you to help this podcast, and a couple of you have been utilizing it. And we have a page over on buymeacoffee.com/goodpod. If you wanted to kick in any money, monetarily, you can do that if you so choose. No pressure at all. Do you want to thank Karen for her contribution over there at Buy Me a Coffee? We greatly appreciate it. It's kind of like the peak of ways you can help and support this podcast.
Yeah, like there's like a tier. And I mean, besides I don't know, if you personally know Christine Baranski,
yeah, you
get her on this podcast.
Yeah, you want to drop a note to her, Julian Fellows, whoever it is to be like, hey, these two over here, they're talking about your show in a really great way. You should come over and talk to them a little bit. Other than that, and reviewing, rating, subscribing are all great, but those are things it just takes your time. It's free, but if you choose to kick in monetarily through buymeacoffee.com, you're top tier.
It's kind of like we have this idea for an invention, and the invention being this podcast. Mm-hmm. And if you invest in it, you'll get lots of joy in return.
Exactly. Yes. Your ROI will be huge in laughs. That's what it will be. That's what your ROI is. Okay. So yeah, look, we got all that stuff out of the way, Marissa. Before we really get started, though, I wanted to present something to the listening and viewing audience to help us out, to kind of just a little reminder for you all out there in the world. Here we go.
Okay.
Stop! What? You need to make them slow down and pay attention. They're gonna crash.
Maybe they wouldn't have to if your person will look up from their phone.
Fine. Let's just do it so nobody gets hurt this time.
Okay.
That's much better.
Don't play around. Look both ways.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jason. That is a very important PSA.
We just really wanted to put that out there, especially given this episode and what happens. But instead of look up from your phone, look up from your secret lover.
Look the other way in the street.
That
would have been great. That would have been really helpful.
Yeah, guys, we are crossing the street. Just make sure you're looking both ways before you set foot in the street. But boy, man.
Yeah. Let's start there, Jason. Let's just start there.
Let's go.
All right. We've got a lot of we were like Jason was saying, lots of plot, moving at a breakneck pace. So we're gonna start with Oscar. Oscar goes to the Haymarket to confront Maude Beaton and has this confrontation with her. It's pretty short, but also like, did you notice his voice when he when he first talked to her? It was very dark, very
It
low.
was extremely. I mean, he was grabbing stuff to like to hit her over the head with. We thought like, what Oscar, sir?
Yeah.
I know you're upset, but calm down. He was almost like Batman interrogating the victim. Where's the money, Miss Maude Beaton? Where's the money?
Well, and when
it's like, okay, Oscar, I know you're mad. Calm down.
When they first like see each other, she's like, "I'm Dolly." He's like, "That's not enough for me." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, Oscar, whoa!" And even like the security dude had to come over and be like, "Everything cool? Everything's cool." But we find out that she doesn't have any of the money, as we suspected, and it was really Mr. Crother, the man she was working with, that took all the money. And Oscar wasn't the only mark. He wasn't the only fool in this game. There were some others, but the play was the same from Crother. He basically just stole all the money.
Yeah, I mean, Maude was like, yeah, you know, he really likes people with access to money, but doesn't know what to do with it, or doesn't know how to take it themselves, so we take it from them. He's like, oh, like, thanks, Maude, thanks for saying that.
But okay, so she says this, and then she's like, yeah, my life is also horrible because my dad lost me in a bet when I was 12, and I was like, what? Like, what? Where's the what?
He just like puts you on the poker table, like, I put up my daughter as collateral. Who's like, who takes that bet? And it's like, yeah, I'll take your daughter. I mean, I guess maybe it was a thing back in the day. I mean,
sure, maybe. I don't know. It's been a thing like since the beginning of time. Like women have been sold or been put part of the thing, but like, I just was not expecting that in this conversation.
Yeah, I guess it's certain houses of ill repute. Putting your daughter up as collateral or as a bargaining chip is hopefully allowed.
Yeah, and she also tells him like, "Hey, the only other place I have to go is maybe Sandusky, Ohio. Maybe I have a sister there that's going to recognize me. I don't know." And then Oscar does something I was not prepared for him to do. I did not see this coming. But he basically calls Maude over to the train station and says, "Hey, look, here's a ticket to Sandusky. Here's $100. Stay out of my way. Don't ever be in New York again." And she's like, you're very odd. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah,
and
I guess Oscar, you know, prevails on the better side of angels. He takes all she's been through in account. Is like, you know, he looks upon her with some sort of pity, some sort of like, you know, he hears her story, he hears like what she's been through. Like, I guess I can't get too mad at you. You didn't. It's not like you really had much of a choice, I guess. And so he chooses to like change her life for a train ticket and $100. We do have a saying about who Oscar is in the urban vernacular, which, you know, probably isn't great. I'm just going to say it though. Oscar is kind of a Captain Save-A-Ho. I mean, Oscar, you can't save him, Oscar. You can't save him.
Well, but like
Oscar tries.
He's got like John Adams in his ear. He's like trying to think about like, would this really do anything good? I mean, I'm glad he had the conversation with Maude and like we found out what happened with the money. But I'm also glad that he took this time to not like do any vengeful act. And at the same time, he protected himself. He's like, just stay out of my way. Like, I was going to marry you. I was prepared to spend my life with you and also steal your money and also do all this stuff. Like, he's recognizing that he wasn't that much better than she was. And so why don't we make this a win-win?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's a very like chivalrous thing for Oscar to do. It's a very great thing for Oscar to do. I just hope Maude didn't like take the ticket and be like, just walk back into the train station, cash the ticket in, take the money from the ticket, refund the ticket. Like, all right, I got me a nice little grip of money here. Like, cause Oscar, you can't save them all, Oscar. You can't save them. Sometimes you can't save them. Sometimes you can. I hope he saved Maude. I hope Maude does get a new life over there in Ohio. But you know,
yeah.
You never know with these. I was legit worried that we were going to like that Oscar was going to act like either accidentally or they're going to get in that room and he was going to accidentally kill Maude Beaton while he was like, information, like shake her and then she falls down, like hits her head on the table or something. I was like, I'm kind of worried here that they're in this enclosed space together.
Yeah, I did not know what to expect. It was like super dark. He has a candlestick in his head or his hand, not in his head, but he's like walking around and saying like, I should break you to pieces and I hate you and like all this stuff. And I'm like, what? And she's like, putting her shoulder down, like she's like doing edit. It was a very scary situation for Maude.
Yeah, it kind of showed what kind of life Maude has been leading. She's trying to apologize by offering her body, which is something that, you know, she's had to do. So it was a tough situation. Oscar, I like that he decided to take the higher road and help her in this way, because I mean he has kind of rebounded, right? He's not where he was, but he's kind of rebounded from where Maude left him, thanks to Jiminy Cricket, aka John Adams.
Yeah, he's better off than he was 5 episodes ago. So
yeah, for sure,
we'll take that. And we're not the only people that are happy about this transformation. Mr. John Adams loves this new Oscar.
Yeah,
loves him. Loves it. So great. So proud of you. I'm so proud of you that I'm gonna like take you to lunch tomorrow and like introduce you to this other client. And Oscar has this like affectionate, thankful moment on the street, which is like the closest Oscar I think has ever gotten to like showing affection to John in public. But it was like, I mean, you are my savior, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I mean, you could tell he wanted to like kiss him in that moment. Yeah, like he was looking at him like, I really want to thank you, and like in all the ways I could thank you, like, you know what I mean? Like, I really want to thank you, like thank you, you know what I mean?
Thank you, John Adams.
Yeah, but for now, just a hearty handshake. You are my savior. Thank you so much. And so let me tell you where I thought this was going.
Yeah, tell me where.
Moment.
Yeah.
I was still on the John Adams is behind this. Yeah, we hear about Mr. Crother, but that was just a smokescreen that Ma was putting up. John Adams is behind this because it was so. And listen, this is just my dark heart. Okay, this is my dark heart playing into mind. Because Oscar is now so indebted to John Adams. He's like, oh my God, thank you so much, John Adams. And Oscar is only in John Adams's world now because of what happened to
John
him,
Adams.
Thanks to Maude beat him. And I was like, did John Adams do all this just to get Oscar back into his life, to get Oscar being like thankful to him so that he could convince him to like be with him? I thought John Adams and Oscar are going apart. John Adams is going to like turn a corner into an alley, and Maude Beaton would be there, and he would be like, here's $200 more. Get out of here. I never want to see you again. Make sure Oscar never sees you again. Make sure I never see you again. I thought we were going to take a turn. I was like, I was waiting for it.
Well, we did take a turn, Jason.
We took a turn. We took quite a turn. John Adams took a turn into the street, waiting to hail a cab, I guess.
And that was it. That was it. Okay. So a thing to know about watching, I mean, this may be a spoiler if you've not watched Downton Abbey. This is the thing Julian Fellows does. He just does this. This is the thing he does. And I was actually kind of like, oh, it was John this time? Oh, okay. At least it wasn't like, okay, all right, I could take it. But it's still, I was like, what the heck?
I've never watched, I haven't watched Downton Abbey, but I have heard that this is something that happens in Downton Abbey, that these things take crazy wild turns. People die out of nowhere. So I ran the gamut of emotions when this happened. First, I cursed at my TV. I was like, what the F? And then I watched it. I rewound. I watched it again. And I just kind of laughed the second time.
Like, okay, like the VX, like
they were bad.
Like it was bad.
It was bad. It was so bad. I was like, you don't come to Gilded Age for the visual effects, for the action, but it's just like, wow, that was really badly done. Like just the rubbery look to John Adams as he gets hit and falls in the street.
Well, and he's like frozen before he gets hit. Like he's like in the street and he's like, hey, well.
And then it just drops. It's like he freezes in the midair and then just drops. And it's just kind of like GTA 3 graphics, like on the PlayStation 3. But I was like, okay, fine. And just the shock of it is just so. I was laughing the second time. I was like, that is crazy. That is so freaking wild.
Yeah.
But let's talk about where we go from here with
the Oscar.
With Oscar.
Well, we did. Going on what we see in next week's coming up, John is legit dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He's not just like kind of hurt. He dead. We're having a funeral. There's a funeral program. He dead. Because I did have a thought. I was like, what if he's not dead? What if he's just like gravely injured? And Oscar has to be by his bedside. They grow closer through this, but no, he dead. He dead.
I mean, like, that would have been nice because John came to Oscar's bedside when he was beat up that one time, and like that would have been a nice little thing to see. But unfortunately, we will not see that. I am kind of worried. I don't think he will do this. Old Oscar would do something to try to get John's money, like in some sort of way, like say they were business partners or something. But I'm hoping he like continues to live the way that John was happy with him on, and continues down that path towards whatever that ends up being. But I don't know. This could get him to swing back to old Oscar because it was such a traumatic event. And he, like, the look that Oscar is giving John Adams as he is backing away is just like, you are the object of all my desires. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for real. Because like, he's so thankful to him. And judging by like the preview, I think Oscar's going to pretend he's okay. He's just like, yeah, these things happen. He was just a friend. So
yeah, well, and that's
happen.
I mean, I'm glad we'll have that conversation of like what gay people have to go through in societies that don't, and what they have to hide and stuff. So hopefully that will be highlighted. Unfortunately, it will be highlighted. But
I was reading a piece in TV Line about
were you cheating?
What happened here? I'm not cheating. It just says the people that are like, that are kind of in charge of the show are like, this is going to really propel Oscar. So it sounds like a positive for Oscar's going. So do we think maybe this will encourage Oscar to live his life as a gay man?
Ooh.
And be like, I wasted so much time hiding in the shadows with John Adams, and then he was taken away from me, and we didn't get to live our lives as I wanted, as we should have. Is this going to kind of like bolster him to be like, listen, I want to take advantage of life while I'm living it. I want to love who I want to love in public, do what I want. Do you think that's going to be a part of it?
I could see that happening. I could see that, but not right away. Like, I think he's definitely going to play the... Okay, sorry, side note. I am very distracted because there's a bunch of birds like dive bombing outside my window. Anywho,
shades of Christine Baranski in another show that we cover over on The Good Fight. If I just start hearing bang, 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 I know what's going on. Just
FYI.
Just committing acts on your
window. But I could see that going that way for Oscar. Maybe like by the end of the season he'll have a like, I'll do this for John, like, or someone will catch his eye and he'll decide to make a move or something on a gentleman instead of trying to get a beard in terms of getting a woman. But what do you think?
I hope that's the case, that Oscar decides to live his life as as an out and proud man. All the pitfalls that may come with that, because we did kind of touch upon the subject of gay men in this culture in season 1, I think. We haven't really touched it a lot since then.
Yeah, I would like to see that talked about, because we've got a lot going on with other marginalized groups like women and Black people and Black women. Like so it would be nice to kind of get that picture as well to tell much more complete. I mean, then if we could get like a Native person on there, I'd be so excited.
Whoa, Marissa.
Telling the whole story.
Calm down. You're pulling too many groups in, Marissa. Relax. We can only have this. We gotta take it slow.
But it's like I
don't know if everyone that's watching Gilded Age loves these type of storylines you're dragging. We gotta introduce them slowly. We gotta
okay, Mrs. Kirkland. Okay.
Why do we focus on certain groups first, Marissa, before we start doing things like including indigenous peoples and other groups? Let's just focus on these people first, okay? No, but yeah, I wonder in the short term, is this going to encourage us to be like, listen, I know John Adams was helping me out, but maybe I'll just go introduce myself to Mr. Hightower. Maybe I don't need a
exactly. Yeah.
So I think this apparently, according to the showrunners, this is going to propel Oscar forward significantly. I think that kind of portends in a positive way. So we'll see.
I'm here for it. I'm tired of worrying about Oscar. Like worrying about him, like going off the deep end or something like that. I'd like to see him move in a different direction.
Yes.
Speaking of people I wish would be moving in a different direction.
Oh boy.
There's a big ugh next to this one for me, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan of Marian this episode. Not a fan. What the heck is she do? I know. I understand. She has issues because of what she's been through in the past. I get it. But the man, Larry, is not even around to defend himself. And he is going around asking Oscar, what's going on with Larry? And he's like, oh, it told me that Maude's in town. Oh, okay, well, great. It must have been at Delmonico's. I'm not going to say anything. And then she gets even more suspicious. So she tries to ask JJ, and JJ is just like, what?
That was so awesome. Because Mary's like, yeah, you were at Delmonico's. He's like, who? A what?
A where?
And
I don't know where I was.
Where you went with Larry. He's like, where I went with Larry. Yeah. Yep. That's definitely where I was. Yep.
I went to place.
I went to that place, that one spot. Yep, totally. Let me get out of here. I gotta get dishes downstairs. I'm still a footman. I can't be consorting with you too much. So I gotta go. I gotta leave. I don't want to see Agnes. I don't want Agnes to see me, chit chatting with you. So I gotta take off. She's like,
yeah.
It's like, but where were you though? She's like, I gotta go. I just, I wish I could talk with Miss Bauer. She hates when I'm late with her dishes. I gotta bounce. See you later.
Yeah, and then she's like on a hunger strike of sorts because she's like not eating. She can't eat, and then she decides to say at the table, that Oscar told her that Maude Bean was back in town, and Oscar's like, okay, why are we doing this? Where are we going? How is this connected to Larry? And of course, Agnes is like, well, get my money. Like, where's my money? And after dinner, Marian follows Oscar, or Oscar follows Marian upstairs, and she's like, no, listen, tell me exactly where this was at. He's like, I don't want to. She's like, oh, you're gonna have to, because you won't tell me, and JJ won't tell me, and Larry won't tell me, so I can only think. And he's like, oh, it was like a place of ill repute. That's it. That's all this woman needed to say no. She is gone from 0 to 60. She goes in her room, and Oscar's like, Marian, like,
relax,
chill out. Like, it's okay. But she's already gone to like worst case scenario.
Marian has turned into like a stage 100 pearl clutcher. It's like, my, he went to like the amount of names she called this place: a house of ill repute, a house of discontent,
disorderly house,
a sorted establishment. It's like, Marian, relax, girl. Like, what? How old is Marian supposed to be? By the way, like, I feel like she's got to be like mid-20s. Like, she acted like she's Ada and Agnes. So like, oh, there are places like this. Oh my gosh. How could he go to such a place, like, without even getting information? Like, I kind of wish JJ would be more upfront with her. Like, listen, he didn't go in any weird rooms. He didn't do anything crazy. He just played some, I don't know, he played some card games and looked at some strippers. Like,
but he didn't even, like, from what we saw, he didn't even do that. He just like was there, saw Maude. I'm sure he did stuff that we didn't see, but I'm just, you know what I mean? Like,
he did some opium. He looked at some strippers. Like, relax, Marian. Relax.
He bought some drinks for some ladies.
I feel like Marian has a case to be upset. Just maybe not this upset.
No, she has a case. She can be this upset. I just don't like that she took action on this without talking to Larry.
Like can you imagine if they were cell phones back in that day? She's like, so like she's just texting Larry. So, heard you were not at Delmonico's last night. Would you like to explain? Like,
or like it would be a phone call and a FaceTime and a text and like all this stuff going on, and he'd be like, what?
I'm gonna need you to turn your location on your carriage, okay? Because I need to know where you at all times, okay? We are location sharing from now on. When you get somewhere, you send me a cable to tell me where you're at, okay? I need to know where you at all times, because you ought to be out there playing with your friends, going to the Haymarket instead of going to Delmonico's like you told me you was going to. It's like, she does have a case to be mad, but she took extreme action
so quickly. So much to the fact that like when Peggy comes back, like Peggy's telling her about Mr. Fortune and everything, and she's like, oh yeah, I was engaged for a minute.
Like, girl, you missed so much while you was gone. Okay, I done got engaged and unengaged in the time that you've been away. Okay, and Becky's like, girl, tell me about it. I had these two dudes about to fight for me the other day at the train station. Like, just I love the kiki that Peggy and Marian had when Peggy came back from Philadelphia. It's like us. It's so funny. Like, girl, let me tell you about my day last week, because you know a year happens in these days. It's like, God, things are moving so fast. Like, things happen super crazy.
And so Peggy tells about Mr. Fortune. Marian's like, yeah, secrets are nothing to build a relationship on or a marriage on. And I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Peggy looks at her like, do you have something you want to get off your chest? Like
what is going on?
She's like, do I ever?
She's also like, are you sure this is something that Larry would do? Are you sure you don't want to like talk to him? She's like, no, there's only one thing men do there. And I will say, like, you know, I'm not saying I would think any differently, but again, like, and I'm sure it would be very hard if I was living in this time period, because I would want the instant conversation, but she's not going to get that instant conversation. So she gets ready for dinner, goes downstairs, tells her aunts. Time to tell her aunts. The reactions from everyone here was, Agnes is like elated. Oh, thank God.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so excited. It is sad. It's like, what? Also, don't you like want to talk to him? Like, is that a thing that you want to do? And Oscar, who was like laying upon the sofa, like he's had like the most exhausting day, like he fainted on the couch or something,
and he hasn't even seen his secret lover be trampled by a horse yet.
No, he pops up and he's like, are you sure this is what you want to do? And she's very determined. Very determined.
I mean, Oscar's like, listen, I gotta fight for my guy Larry. He helped me out and told me all about Maude. So like, he likes Larry. Like, he's a good guy. Like, you should like I think Oscar's like, I think you've been a little hasty. Like, just relax. And what does Agnes say? Agnes is like, I told you, don't be going for no handsome young heroes. You need these older. What would you say? Older virtues of Paragon or something like that. Like, yeah. Like, basically, she wants her to marry this old, rich, dusty,
like
person.
Pull Mrs. Winterton type of thing. Yeah, so
that's what she wants.
She has written a letter, and she tearfully goes over and gives it to Church and says, "Can you deliver this to Larry when he gets back?" And he's like, "Yeah, but you could like just cable him. Like it's gonna be a while." And she's like, "No, everything in the letter is everything I have to say." Like, oh, Marian. And then judging on the previews, I am not happy with this whole thing, because I'm like, is Larry not going to talk to Marian about this? Are they just going to like accept this? How is this going to be? Because I'm still a Larian stan.
Didn't the preview show Larry talking to her? Or is this
talking to her? Or like, I only saw him talking to his parents. Like, it was him reading the letter and then both of them asking Bertha if she had anything to do with it.
Bertha's like, bruh, I was a whole ass like sea away. How do you think I don't have a cell phone either? Like, how do you think I was affecting stuff all the way from over there? Like, I'm gonna stick up for Bertha next episode and be like, y'all think she in everything? She's not in everything. Like, give her a break. But I can see where she would get that reputation, because she is in everything if she can be.
Yeah, she's all over. So I don't know. What do you think is gonna happen? Do you think we will see a Larry?
I think Larry's going to smooth talk his way back.
I hope so.
Back into the Larian good graces. At least I hope. I don't know. Do you think? Let's assume that Larian does bounce back. I feel like they had to introduce some sort of hurdle,
conflict
into the way of Larry of Ultimate Larian. Do you think we get a Larian wedding before the end of the season? Or are they going to save that for a newly announced season?
Yes,
season 4 is coming. We got renewed for another season, so season 4 is coming. So do you think we'll get a Larian wedding this season, or will we wait till next season?
I think we got to wait till next season. There's too much going on, which we haven't even gotten into, with the George of it all, and pretty much the George of it all, that I think that, and the Gladys of it all. I think that's going to take up a lot of the.
Yeah, we only got 2 episodes left.
I would like to see a reconciliation by the end of the season. I'd like to see the ring back on her finger by the end of the season, but I don't know if we'll get like a full wedding.
Will the season end with them eloping?
Oh, I would love that. I would love that, because he's an eloper. Like, he talked about that. Yeah,
sure. I think that could be something. That could definitely be like they make up and they're like, hey, let's go get married right now. Like, F our family.
Before you can change your mind again, Marian.
Right? Yeah. Let me get you locked down, because you be switching every which way, writing letters and shit. Like, let me get you locked down now, because you're gonna be scared. Because once you get locked down, you're gonna be scared to divorce me, because divorce ain't no joke around here.
No, we don't want that. No,
so I got you locked down when I marry you.
Well, and I kind of see where Marian's coming in this time frame, because like there's divorce all around her, and she's like doesn't want to put herself in a marriage that could end in divorce based on she says this will be a shadow between us,
Yeah.
So like I get where she's coming from, but I really hope that Larry can work his little magic and sweet talk her back.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think we'll get there.
Yeah. Jason.
Yeah.
We gotta say
Do it.
goodbye to JJ.
Man.
We gotta say goodbye and I don't know if we're saying goodbye to JJ forever. I really hope we're not saying goodbye to JJ forever.
We can't.
But he is leaving the house because Mrs. Armstrong opened her big mouth and let the spill the beans on this.
If this horse thing didn't happen, I didn't have to use it for my for my message board. My message would have said, "F you, Miss Armstrong," for real, because she is so freaking hateful. I cannot stand this lady. Everything out of her mouth is so freaking hateful. I need her to get her comeuppance. I know we had that episode in, what was it, season 1 or season 2?
Yeah.
Where I'm supposed to feel sorry for her because she's like taking care of her ill mother or whatever that was, if I remember it correctly. I'm sure y'all will let me know if I don't. But it's like, he's so
It's so frustrating because Agnes is still like on the like, tell me how much. I need to know how much. Do all this stuff. And Jack is getting letters like nobody's business.
Now see that is a problem.
That's a banister.
That's a problem because if I was Agnes, I'd be feeling sort of way too, of like, my footman is getting more mail than I am.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a problem. So I can see where she's coming from with that. But the rest of it, I'm like, I mean, I don't know. I do feel a way. I feel kind of where Agnes is coming from in a way, but the way she goes about it is like, don't love it.
Well, she's like, keeps asking. And Mrs. Armstrong like tells her, and I just love this reaction of like, get Ada right away. And then Ada comes in, what's wrong? Are you like basically like, are you dying? She's like, I have heard news I don't think I can recover from. Like this is insane. $300,000. And it is just like, okay, like we knew it was gonna be a lot of money, but okay.
I mean, but Ada's like, whoa, like that much money?
Yeah.
But at the same time, she's like, okay, what do you want me to do about it? It's like, what?
It's your responsibility, like all of this stuff. And so, first of all, also, Pumpkin was very around in this episode. Did you see Pumpkin the dog?
Oh, I was like, Pumpkin. I was like, I forgot that. No, I actually, honestly, I did not remember.
Marian was petting Pumpkin. Oscar was petting Pumpkin when Oscar was telling Ada, like, this is a little weird. Like, it's a little weird. You could do what you want, but it's a little weird. So she finally gets to the point where she feels comfortable to let John go. She does a very good job, I think, having had to have fired people before. It's never a fun conversation, but she was like, first of all, she opens with Mrs. Van Rhijn and I.
Yeah. Listen, I haven't fired anyone. I've been fired, so I know how.
No matter what side you're on. No matter what side you're on.
I know how bad it can go.
Me too.
This definitely went better than any way I've been fired.
It's like basically like you made the space. Go live in the place you made for yourself. And JJ is just like, but this is my home and my family. And she's like, then they'll continue being your family. Just like you can't live here anymore. Like
it won't be your family here.
Yes. Also, in this conversation, we do confirm that he has received the money.
Yes, so I was very happy. I was like, okay, good. Like, because she takes the time to like, so you have the money, right? I was like, do you have the money, JJ? And JJ's like, yeah, I got them. I was like, oh, good. He has. So our fears of Larry gambling away his money, which where is the gambling scene gonna be? Because we saw
it was from the Haymarket, I think.
But it didn't happen in the Haymarket. He didn't do it in gambling.
He didn't. But the way it was edited, it was like them and then like a shot of the craps table. Like,
interesting. Interesting how these previews mess with your head. But yeah, it's so good that we got that confirmation of like JJ has the money. It's in his hand. Obviously, he has the cash on hand. judging by what happens later.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, great. He has the money. We got that confirmed. And it's like, yeah, JJ's like, okay, like I'll go. Like, I don't know where I'm
like
gonna go.
tomorrow. I'll leave tomorrow. I was like, you can't give him a day. You can't like
Yeah.
let him.
Like, you can't put in 2 weeks. You can't like, all right, so I'll put in 2 weeks. I'll be gone in 2 weeks. Like, no, I'm leaving. Like, he volunteered himself to go tomorrow. I'm like, no, don't volunteer yourself for tomorrow.
Like, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I loved how Ada handled it. I'm so glad Ada got to handle it rather than Agnes, because who knows what Agnes would have done if she had to handle it. But Ada did handle it with so much grace and so much warmth with kid gloves. And you know, I think with what happens with Ada in this episode, I think she's more inclined to kind of do what Agnes wants. I think if Ada had her way, she wouldn't really care. She'd be like, whatever, you can stay. But because Ada and Agnes have a moment in this episode, I think Ada is more inclined to like go along with what her sister wants.
Yeah. And then JJ has to say goodbye to everybody downstairs. It was so sad. And Mrs. Bauer's so proud. And then he pulls Bridget aside and says, okay, when I leave, give these envelopes to everyone. And I was like,
but man, like I love the goodbyes. First of all, like he you can tell he really regards Bannister with like a lot of regard, because he's kind of like a father figure to him, because you know they're suggesting places he goes, and Bannister's like, well, you should go here, and JJ's like, I will go there. You are
because like the ladies are like, go to the fancy hotel,
and Bannister's like, be responsible. Be responsible with your money. Don't be blowing it on fancy hotels. Stay in this very reasonable hotel. And JJ's like, yes, sir, I will do that. Like, he looks at him like a father figure.
Yeah.
Bauer is a mother figure. Mrs. Armstrong is a hateful ass auntie who's like, like Miss Armstrong.
Did all right.
Miss Armstrong is doing her little busy work. Why is it going like, Miss Armstrong, do you have anything you want to say? Like, why? First of all, why are we asking if Miss Armstrong has anything she wants to say? We shouldn't be asking that woman to say anything. And of course, she has to like put a. She's like, oh, he got like, what'd she say? He got so lucky or something, or like he worked hard. Or what?
He did all right. Like basically like that. Like he did okay.
Yeah, he did all right. This is like, shut up, Miss Armstrong. And then JJ is like, Bridget, let me talk to you for a minute. Bridget is like,
I was like, oh,
Bridget's like, ooh, am I about to get swept off my feet? Am I about to get officer and a lady? Is that what that thing is called? Where was it? Richard Gere swoops Jennifer, Julia,
officer and a gentleman.
Officer and gentleman. Am I about to get officer and gentleman here? Am I about to get like swept on my feet and taken out of this place and like led into wealth and money? No.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is it. Bye, Bridget. And he's like, no, can you just like deliver this?
Yeah, I think Bridget thought they were gonna have a moment. Just like, oh, okay, what's up? What's up, boy? What's up? How you doing? And Jay's like, hey, can you give these letters to everyone? It's like, oh, that's all you wanted? That was it? We don't have we don't share a tender moment here. We were making eyes at each other for 3 seasons. That's all you got for me? Give these envelopes to people. All right, JJ, cool. I guess.
And so she does, but then Bannister. Okay, so of course the people upstairs have to get theirs before the people downstairs can. And so Bannister delivers them upstairs, and JJ has returned their investment and then some. Yeah. And so Oscar's like, "Oh man, I wish I would have given." And Bannister cannot make it downstairs fast enough.
He's like, money, we got money, we got money. Everybody open your envelopes, we got money.
He's like very calm up until like he's like that until like the door jam, and then he's like, I think you should open it.
Together. Like, I wonder what's in these envelopes. Maybe we should open them.
And everyone gets like more than what they gave, even Mrs. Armstrong. And Mrs. Armstrong's like, why did he do this? Like, she genuinely cannot understand that this is something that someone would do. Everyone else can see it. Yeah. Like, that's what I would do. That's like, like that's what getting more money means. I can support more people. Like, I can do more things. And not Mrs. Armstrong. No.
Because Mrs. Armstrong didn't give him any money for the investment, but he still gave her money. Yeah. And she's just gobsmacked. She's like, why would he do this? Like, because some people have hearts, Miss Armstrong. Some people are just kind, nice people. And she is so dumbfounded. She's like
she's literally like staring at it for like a good moment or so. I don't know. JJ was also like inventing the mixer. Yeah. So
it's like get it. He's like, I got this new thing I'm thinking of. A way you can like whip more fluids together. Like I don't know. It's getting planning stage. It's like, that's a mixer, JJ. Like that's like you're gonna be famous. You're gonna be real rich after that, my guy.
You feel like you need to aid people in the kitchen. Like would you like need to be a kitchen aid?
Yeah.
Like,
what would that look like?
What would that look like?
Maybe it's this thing that, just you put some ingredients in a bowl, maybe, and then you just put this thing in there, you turn it on, and it
goes.
works. It goes like blends things. I don't know. I'm just kicking ideas around for now. It's like, JJ, my guy, is JJ supposed to be like based on anyone, or is this like?
I think he and Peggy are based on a bunch of people.
Right, just amalgamation of people.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like, wow, JJ is going places. JJ is like okay, so let's future think about where JJ is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
How
he's going to a hotel. We know this much.
He's going to a hotel for now. I really want to see scenes next season of him just chopping it up with Bertha, with George.
I do not want him to waste his money. I do not want him to get in an Oscar situation. That would be like the worst of like.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's going to go through some of the money. He is a young kid. Like I foresee that happening. I don't know if he could handle having a house and a staff of his own.
I don't want this to corrupt him. That's for sure. Like, I don't want him being at the Haymarket every night. I don't want him
no.
I don't want him to go there because it's. I think it's going to be interesting to see someone with such a pure heart having status, having money, and how he mixes in with the rest of society. I think that's going to be very interesting. I wonder if you're like, I mean, if I'm JJ, I'm like, I'm gonna buy me a house. I'm gonna knock on the Van Rhijn's door and be like, hey, I'm gonna raise the pay of all your people. I don't have work for me, and we're just gonna kind of live as a big old happy family. We're gonna
that could happen.
They're not gonna serve me. We're gonna do all this stuff together, and then slowly it's like, actually, I do pay y'all, so maybe you should do stuff for me. Like, it's like he comes like, no, we're just gonna be one big happy family. We're gonna chill. I'm gonna it's kind of like when a sports star strikes it rich and starts paying all his family to do work. It's like, actually, you do kind of work for me because I do pay you. So I know when we first started this thing, it was all fun and games, but y'all get a little too comfortable. Y'all need to just kind of be like my footman now. So how about that?
And we have the opportunity will we meet a new footman in the Van Rhijn / Forte house? Like, will JJ be replaced, and who will replace them, and how will they fit into it? And will they give Mrs. Armstrong a raise for the money? What if it's a Black person? What if it's like, you know what I mean? Like, they have to I wouldn't like that image. That wouldn't be my favorite.
What if Peggy gets a comrade? In the house, be like, I'm not the only Black person here no more. Great, fantastic. And like I kind of want JJ to like, not going to Van Rhijn house. I will pay you $100,000 right now to fire Miss Armstrong.
I mean, but he has thanked her. Like, he understands her, and it's just her against everybody else. Like, everybody understands her, but she doesn't understand anyone, including herself.
JJ's heart is too pure and too kind.
Speaking of pure and pure kind hearts, our poor little friend Ava.
Yeah, Ada, you flew a little too close to the sun. Right, you had all you wanted at your last psychic meeting. You should have just taken that and lived with the knowledge that Luca was speaking to you from beyond, and just been happy. But you had to go back. You had, like, we were talking about last episode. We were like, okay, I'm kind of happy this went where it went. Hopefully, it doesn't go any further. And of course, what happens this episode?
It goes further.
What we thought might happen happens.
But I do like this for Ada, because she's going there with intention. Of course, Andrew Martin thinks that the guy's Italian because his name was Luca in the paper and not Luke. And so then he ends up speaking Italian, which is like, Ada's like, huh? What's going on? But it shows that Ada can make decisions for herself. Like, I really hope that she learns to trust herself a lot more in these situations, because she stood up for herself here, and she was like, look, this isn't cool. I know I have shame about like me getting duped or whatever, but you should be ashamed that this is your job. Like, this is what you do all the time. And so I really liked that she was able to do that. And then when she goes home and gets like a hug from her big sister, and I think Agnes can forget that people have emotions and are grieving. Like, Ada has been very vocal that she is grieving and all of this stuff. And even though Agnes, I don't think saw her actions as grieving, like that getting everyone to sign the temperance agreement, going to the psychic, all of this stuff. She saw this as like ways that made her life more worse because she lost all of her money. But Ada was like openly grieving, and now all of a sudden that she's grieving in a language that Agnes can understand by crying, she's like, oh, I can be here for you now.
Yeah, and Ada does leave out the part where she's like, I went back to the psychic.
She does say that. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
It's like Agnes is like the Grinch. Like Agnes's heart grew 3 times bigger that day.
Yeah.
Like, she sees it for herself where Ada is grieving, she's crying, so she finds within herself to put away her own ego or rude comments, like, oh, come here baby, come here. And I think this is what kind of softens Ada to be like, all right, I'll go along with what Agnes wants, I'll get rid of JJ, fine, whatever. But yeah, I love that moment for Ada and for Agnes together.
Agreed. Let's talk real quick about Peggy and how in love she is with Dr. Kirkland. Peggy and Kirkland sitting in a tree. Kissing. Yeah.
Now, Peggy comes back, and I'm like, oh, okay. I was excited to meet Frances Ellen Watkins Harper, to see Peggy's meeting with her, but I guess this is not important in this short season of the Gilded Age. We can't get the fantastic Black pioneer woman to hear her speaking. But I was
wrong.
too hasty in my judgment. Yeah. I was like, I guess we couldn't see that. But it was weird that Peggy was just like, all right, I'm back now. I'm back. I was like,
oh yeah, I thought the same thing, and I thought we weren't going to see Frances Ellen Watkins Harper either. But then she said we're gonna have a tea, and I was like, oh, like next episode. No, it was like now.
Yeah,
it was like this episode. I do like that. I do like the conversation between Peggy and William before the tea, of him basically coming over and saying like, hey, I want to check in, how's it going, and Peggy explaining the what happened in Philly, and then also with Mr. Fortune, and he's like, I don't really care about the past, but I am happy that like I won't have to go into fisticuffs anymore. And she's like, what? And he's like, obviously you're very important to me, and when a woman is that important to a man, these things happen. And she's just like,
I did not want to go to fisticuffs with Mr. Fortune. Dr. Frank was like, because I would. No, Dr. Kirkland's right. Dr. Kirkland's like, because I would. And I would F him up.
I would.
I'd wreck his shit, just so you know. But if I had to, I would, because that's how I feel about you, Peggy. I was like, oh my gosh, so good. No.
So good.
Everything you want a man to say. We just gotta get past his hateful ass.
Oh yeah, it does not improve this time when we see Mrs. Kirkland at the tea. There's this whole conversation about suffrage, and she's like, yeah, but like we should protect the man's vote right now. We don't want to be adding any but other votes to it. Like they will speak for us. And the best line out of this entire show was when Frances Ellen Watkins Harper, or as I put in my notes, FEWH, turns to Mrs. Kirkland and goes, my husband's dead.
I got nothing better to do.
Me? No, like, is he going to speak? Like, how can he vote for me? And how can he like do anything when he's dead? And she's like, oh, yeah, okay. And Peggy's not backing down this whole time. And Mrs. Kirkland does pick up, like the only reason that FEWH is able to do all of this stuff is because she's not married and doesn't have a kid.
Yeah, and like it shows like, okay, Mrs. Kirkland, what about these people that are single by themselves? Who's going to fight for them? Like, how are they going to have their voice heard? And she's like, and Few W says, yeah, my husband's dead, so what else am I gonna do? And Miss Kirkland just kind of Felicia Rashad in the best just blank stares, like whatever, like basically just like stares off, is like whatever, I don't care. Like it's like,
well, it's just like, I'm not used to teas like that. Like I'm not used to teas like this. And Peggy's like, I thought your son told you what this is gonna be, and he's like, oh, not really.
Yeah, I love that Dr. Kirkland's like, if I told her what it was about, she was not gonna come. So you want her here? I got her here. Okay. But Peggy didn't really want her here. Peggy,
he did it for William.
I mean, but what is William's thing here? Like, what is he think? Does he think that he's gonna get through to his mother, or does he just want his mother to spend time with Peggy so that
that's the one.
They get more time together, so maybe she'll be more comfortable with Peggy.
Well, because when he comes to pick up his mom, it's like, it's very important for my mom to hear FEWH's views and also yours. And Peggy's like, yeah, well, that didn't go very, very well. And I love when I think it's Ellen, the maid at the house, comes up to Peggy and is like, Mrs. Kirkland has asked for her purse. And she's like, oh, I bet she has.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Shout out to Lisa Gay Hamilton, who played Few W.
Yes.
She's been around for a while. She was in Jackie Brown, she's in True Crime, Some of All Fears, House of Cards, done a lot. She in 2005 she won a Peabody Award for creating and directing the 2002 documentary Bea, A Black Woman Speaks, about Bea Richards, a Academy Award nominated actress. I think it might have been the first Black actress nominated, if I recall correctly, or people will correct me if I'm wrong. But shout out to her. I was wondering if we're going to see Few W, who is going to play her. I think this was a good choice.
Few H.
I said Few W. Few H.
Yeah.
I was like, if Few H comes on the scene, who's going to play her? I think they had made a good choice here. I like how she's a very, like, you know, she plays a sassy role. Like you're not gonna tell me what the F. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
This is Kirkland. You're not gonna tell me what to do. So I loved how she played it. Love the characterization here of Few H here.
Yeah, and then Peggy and Audra, I can't call her anything other than Audra, but her mom, have a conversation and basically saying, like, I know you love this man, but like, are you ready to take on his whole family? And will he fight for his wife? And Peggy's like, oh, I know, but also I love him.
Yeah, I think that's the big, like, bugaboo here, is like, we haven't really seen too much evidence that William is going to take a hard stance against his mom. He just kind of like he's at the stage where he kind of like just rolls his eyes. It's like those relatives Thanksgiving. You just kind of roll your eyes like, oh well, you know how they are. It's
well, because when they're talking about like protecting the man's vote, it's like, yeah, she has a point. Peggy's like, yeah, but that's not the whole point. Like the whole point is everybody should be able to vote.
Yeah, so I think that's the big question here is will William stick up for Peggy when it matters, when the time counts, against mom, or will he kind of try and be a neutral party? But I don't think that's going to work in this situation where Peggy's concerned.
It's not looking too great based on the conversation they have in the carriage, where Mrs. Kirkland is like, you will respect a woman that fights for equality, but that's not a wife.
Yeah, so
there's like, ooh.
Yeah. Of course, Peggy just can't have it all. Peggy can't just have good things. It has to come with some sort of caveat.
That has been I think ever since we started podcasting, what we have said about Peggy, and unfortunately, I think that will come true here as well. But I like seeing how much she has her head on her shoulders, and she is not like flipping out like Marian. Like she is. Yeah. She's just like, this is my situation.
Yeah. And I mean, you see where it comes from, because you know, her mom is also thinking these things that she should be thinking of, like, hey, like, don't get head over heels for Dr. Kirkland. I keep wanting to call him Dr. Franklin. Don't get these head over heels over Dr. Kirkland and not lose sight of who he is and where he comes from and what kind of ramifications that will have in your relationship. So I'm glad she's thinking about it, and her mother is there to reinforce it. To be like,
she's got good support.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, let us cross the Atlantic Ocean and go check in on Gladys / Bertha. What are your takes on this?
The SmackDown. I was like, yeah, let's go. You know, you do not cross the queen, baby. It's like, so what kind of wreckage is Bertha going to come in here and cause? And she came in here. She didn't bust through like the Kool-Aid man. She did it subtly. She came at it with the right intention, the right kind of temperament. She didn't destroy Lady Sarah. She came in and she moved in silence, as some would say. She moved in silence. I liked what she did here.
I like that she came in, kind of assessed the situation with Sarah, because Sarah was very, very forward at the beginning. Like, I put you in the king's room, all this stuff, so I'll show you, blah, blah, blah. Like, Bertha and Gladys are giving each other looks like, okay.
I see what you did. I see what's going on here. Mama gonna handle it. Mama gonna fix it. Okay. Don't worry.
Picking Gladys's clothes. And like, I think this is the most maternal we have seen Bertha be. Like,
Yeah,
specifically towards Gladys, because
maternal in a good way, because
yeah, like
she was
maternal,
maternal
not in a
by
protective way, not
yeah.
in off for her own interest, but like, let me give you some information. And she didn't tell her what to do step by step. She used these instances to teach Gladys how to respond, because we have a whole dinner where, you know, everything is like how it usually is, and Bertha's like, what is going on? I know what I'll do. I'll bring up suffrage. That'll be great. And kind of put some pressure on Sarah to say stuff there. And then at the next dinner, because she's had a conversation with Gladys, she's able to use that as a situation to say, like, look, Hector's the one that's going to turn Sarah. You can't go after Sarah. You have to go after Hector, and you have to, because he is just going to do whatever whoever is in front of him tells him what to do. Like, he has no mind of his own. I was able to convince him to marry you. His sister's able to convince him to, you know, get a wife across the ocean. And so now it's your turn to take over this man, basically. And I don't know. I was very impressed with her style.
Yeah, for sure. Like, she could have run in here and pulled Lady Sarah in the room. So, listen here, girl, you going to respect my daughter. But no, she came in and gave Gladys the tools to do it herself, which is going to have more long-term success than scaring Sarah for a minute, and then Bertha leaves again. And Sarah's like, well, glad she's gone. I can go back to being my overbearing self. So, like, Bertha was really smart in having Gladys be like, all right, here's what you have to do. Here's how you have to play it, so that Gladys can kind of do it for herself in a way. And, you know, it's good that Bertha was there to kind of give her a boost up.
Yeah, because Sarah could argue that she's trying to do the same thing, because Andre, the lady's maid to Bertha, overhears all the maids saying that Sarah's trying to wear the Duchess down and train her like a puppy. And that's not how you get through to Gladys. So she comes in. I liked the moment where Bertha's writing a letter and Gladys is like, Hector, what do you think about me learning about the estate? He's like, oh, I think that would be all right. I think that would be great. And Sarah comes in, what's this? Yeah. What are we doing? And he's like, she lives here. She probably has the right to do this.
Well, yeah, and it's like, and this is right after Bertha tells Gladys, like, listen, ask him about the estate. Show him that you're interested in the estate. And the very next conversation, Gladys like, Hector, about the estate. It's like, okay, yeah, like, she's doing exactly what Bertha's telling her to do, which is good. But it's like, yeah, like, get in there, get in Hector's head, get in Hector's head that he likes you, that you were showing interest. And listen, the fact that at a certain point, the fact that Hector is going to be betting Gladys and not Sarah is going to matter. So you have to put it in Hector's head. Like, I am the one you need to impress. I'm the one that you need to like. So F her, it's me. I'm the one.
I have to say, she's a very fast learner, and she worked really well. Because also, when Bertha was talking to Gladys earlier, she's like, your father's a business man. He knows how to run events. It's just like, I learned everything from you, not from him. And she's like, well, then use it. And she hit a home run with this, because basically during dinner, first of all, she's talking about how she wants to plant some indigenous trees in honor of the queen. And Sarah's like, we've already got that. Like, don't even worry about that. Like, it's done. And also, it's time to leave. So I'm going to stand up. Now, if we know anything about English, whatever's manners, Lady Sarah is not the woman in charge here. That is Gladys. And so Gladys just goes in. Oh, are you ill? Because I thought when you stood up before I did that you would be ill. I really hope I'm wrong. I really do. And Sarah's just like, whoa, what?
Savage, bruh. Savage. She's like, basically, you must be illin if you think you're going to be getting up before me. So say without saying it, sit your ass back down until I am ready to leave, because I am in the middle of conversation with this old guy telling him what I'm about to do with the estate. So you need to sit your ass down till I'm finished talking. Okay? Sarah's like, oh.
Okay. Well, not only is Sarah like that, Hector's like that. Gets a nod from mom and gets a good job from the guy she was telling about the forest.
Yeah, and Sarah's like, can you believe this? Hector's like, I mean, you really should have waited, like, because she is my wife, so you actually should have said, okay, she's winning Hector over. It's happened. It's going. I loved this plot line. It really kind of made all the things that happened earlier in the season kind of worth it, because it shows that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it shows that Gladys can be happy here, be successful here.
Well, like Bertha says, like, I want you to be happy, or at least treated well.
Yeah,
or at least respected.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we're aiming for. But also, like, even if this doesn't work, like, this is a prime place for Gladys to own the skills. She could never do this under Bertha's shadow. She could never have, like, the freedom to talk like this in rooms that were owned or controlled by her mom. You know what I mean? And so if she had married Billy and was still there, that wouldn't be. So I totally get where, like, Bertha's coming from. Again, don't like how it happened. But also, if this is like the guilt that turned her into this, like, wise woman to talk to Gladys, more of it. Like, let's see it, because she's also, like, there's a lot writing on this. We do not see anything happen this episode, but the last time she talked to her husband said, don't be surprised if I'm not here when you get back. Yeah. And so she really had to go in and with her A game, and I think she did. Mm-hmm. So she leaves, and before she does, she has a little conversation with Hector. While
she's having this conversation,
yes,
someone is in the back listening.
Okay, first of all, she's in the back listening. Second of all, earlier in the episode, she already knows exactly what the maids are up to. Talking. We, of course, are talking about Andre, the maid. She's back there. She's also, like, number one on the suspect list by B&B over in the Russell house. I think this is pretty easy to see, but do we think this is the right way?
Is this, like, are they putting it in our face too much? Are they trying to give us the old,
switcheroo?
Thank you. I was like, where is that word? The old switch. I was about to say snickery-doo. I'm like, that's just not right. It's like, it's switcheroo. I was like, are they trying to fake us out? Because they're really putting it out there that Miss Andre is, like, lingering, listening to stuff, because Bertha is trying to meet with Hector alone before she leaves, and Miss Andre is just inside of earshot. She's just like, Bertha looks at her like, what's up, Andre? What you need? Miss Andre's like, well, the stuff, all the stuff's in the carriage, and Bertha's like, okay, like, good,
thanks. I would assume so. Yeah.
It's like, without saying it, she's like, bye, and Miss Andre's like, okay, I guess I'll leave and not hear this conversation. So they're really feeding us that Miss Andre is the mole. Now, according to previews for next episode, we do get the fact that Ward McAllister, which we talked about last episode, is having this kind of, like, I guess it would be akin to a tell-all book in the next episode, where he is letting secrets fly. So will Ward McAllister be the ultimate villain, or will Miss Andre have been working for Ward McAllister?
I think so.
Yeah, you think Ward McAllister is the TMZ and Miss Andre is the informant that calls TMZ, is like, hey, I know this.
He's the Crowther and she's the Maude in the situation.
Well,
you know what I mean?
He's Littlefinger, right? He's got all these little ravens that are out there for him, feeding him information. So I think that's definitely the key. I think I just figured it out. You already had it figured out, but I think I figured it out with you in the real time.
You're with me now.
Yeah, with you now.
Okay.
Miss Andre is the informant. Ward McAllister is the disseminator of information.
This is only going to, like, make the entire quote unquote society, and I don't mean that in the literal term, because it should include everyone, but I mean that in the Gilded Age society form, freak out, because if there's an informant in the Russell household, where could there else be an informant?
Well, I mean, there could be in. But there's the Russell house is not the only people that have.
No, exactly. I know, but
he does have these people in all the houses.
Yeah, no, totally. But when they find out because of this book, they're gonna freak out. They're gonna have, like,
it's gonna be a witch hunt.
Yeah, is. I mean, luckily, like, everyone's probably gonna get fired and have to get rehired. Like, I don't understand.
Luckily, with our Bruce and Borton 2 minute, we discovered that Bruce and Borton are all over this. They're all, we're gonna talk to church, And then when Lady Bertha gets back, we're gonna have church. We're gonna have us. We're gonna talk to her about our suspicions about Miss Andre. So I think I think Bertha's already got a leg up to know who is informing on them.
Yes, absolutely. Do want to talk a little bit about Bertha leaving the UK for a moment, because there was the whole like, let my daughter, help you.
Yeah, well,
It's
she
her
tells
house
Hector.
too. She tells that to Hector, and Hector's like, "Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. My sister doesn't mean any harm." And I like Bertha's answer here is like, she doesn't mean it, but she's causing it. Like, it's happening. So why don't you also see if you can get her maid back? That would be great. And Sarah comes in and is like, "Is Gladys going to ride with you to the train station, or should she say goodbye here?" And Bertha's like, "Why don't we let Gladys decide where she's going to?" And she decides, and Hector's like, "Yeah, why don't you?" And the last shot we see is like Gladys is all colorful. She's stepping towards the front, and then we have Hector and Sarah in the background, and there are still like very, very gray. I do also want to mention that like Bertha was almost crying, I think, on her way out. Carrie Coon, like this entire episode, like she
killed it.
So good. So good. But it was a very interesting goodbye. So I'm interested to see. I know Gladys is going to take to heart what her mom brought to her and all of this stuff. So I'm interested to see what happens. I would like for there to be another visit. I don't know if I can get invested in Gladys without her family. I don't know how that's going to be, but I did enjoy this episode for her.
Yeah, I was really curious if this is going to be the last you see of Gladys this season, because that parting shot really felt like a goodbye. It's like Gladys is set. She's all good. We don't need to come back here. Like it felt like they were saying goodbye to Gladys, Hector, and Sarah as a storyline. Like, all right, bye. Like it felt as if we as the audience were waving bye to them as we were departing. It felt like we were in the carriage with Bertha. We were like, bye, Gladys. I hope you're okay from now on, because we're not going to see you anymore. Bye. Sorry. What's her name? Thaisa Farmiga. You're done on this show. Hope you had a good time.
I would love to really only see out of that is Sarah go down. Like, that's it. But I think we, like, to your point, like, we can infer that that's going to happen based on this interaction and how she stood up to Sarah.
I mean, the Gilded Age has so many plot lines they're juggling. I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that we can drop. Like, I don't know if we need one more.
Not this season.
Maybe next season we get like another visit where we see that Gladys is firmly in control. Of the manor.
Or she comes to New York.
Yeah, and we hear that. Oh yeah, I got Hector trained like a puppy now. He's all good. Like, we good. We Gucci there, Mama. And do you think Bertha before she left, like, oh, now listen, I'm gonna need you to write a cable to your father and tell him that all is good here, because he's on one right now.
It would have done no good because he was not even home.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
He told the staff he was at the Union Club. And like everyone's suspicious. First of all, I love that Borden was like, "Well, who am I cooking for if nobody's home?" And Church is like, "For us, if you can bear it, if you can."
We're people too. We need to eat.
Like, okay, but let's talk about George. George is in some deep trouble. JP Morgan has called all of the players in this railroad situation to his house. He is not messing around. He's basically saying, like, look, we have to come to a deal here because the banks depend on it. The railroad depends on it. Everyone depends on it. And oh, by the way, I invited Mr. Sage. And oh, by the way, do you see who his new person is?
Baby, Clay is here. Clay is over here with his little fingers, like, excellence. Like, I'm on the other side now, George. And George's like, you son of a bitch. George is outraged. Like, George,
what did you think was going to happen, George?
Yeah, what did you expect? That Clay was just going to walk off into the sunset and just live his life as a vagabond? Like, what did you think? Of course he's going to go to the competitor. George, what would you have done if you were in Clay's position? You would have done the same damn thing.
Yeah, and you taught Clay a lot. Also, you know what I mean? Like, he should know. As much as Clay knows about him, he should know about Clay, but he seems to be forgetting about Clay. This meeting does go well for George, at least we think. The meeting itself before he leaves, because he is able to get a handshake deal with the Merricks to give him 51% control of the Central or Illinois Central line, which would help solve many problems.
Old JP Morgan, like, we really got to give it to him. He really tried to help George out, because I mean he gets them all together, because it's like, all right, all y'all have like little bitty amounts of interest in this
what are we doing?
railroad, and none of y'all are playing ball. So, and JP Morgan tells like, no one is leaving here until someone owns 51% of this damn central line, because we need to get this thing moving. Something's got to happen. And he's trying to get Merrick to come on to George's side, like give him the controlling chair so that he can revitalize the railroads and get this thing moving. Because if you give it to Rusty Sage, nothing's going to happen. He's just going to sit on it. Nothing's going to happen. But George here, my boy George, he actually wants to do something that's going to make us all more money. He's going to revitalize things. He's going to revitalize transportation as we know it. So give him your shares. And George again is like, hey man, I will make sure that your family is in on this thing. And Merrick's like, all right, bro, whatever. You're just saying whatever. But eventually Merrick's like, all right, fine.
Well, he gets a handshake and it says, I'll sign on the dotted line when I get back to New York in front of my lawyers. So there's some time.
Listen, let me get your lawyers. Let me get a carriage. Let me call him an Uber, whatever Uber is nowadays, Uber horse. And let me get an Uber horse to get him to come here so that we can make this thing happen now, today. That's where George messed up. That's where George
for sure. Well, also like JP's, when he got there, they're like, there are no horses here, and it's like a 23-mile walk to the city. So
listen,
have fun.
JP got a horse back there somewhere. Yeah. Don't let JP fool you. JP's got a way to get out of here if JP need to get out of here. Yeah. Just like, JP, I know you got a horse in the back, bro. Let me get one of them horses. Let me send out a carriage. Get Merrick's lawyer. Get him out here so we can get this thing done today, right now.
Or at least a telegraph. He's had to have a telegraph or something. But anyway.
Yeah. As soon as Merrick was like, yeah, when I get back to New York, I was like, uh-oh.
Well, and this was too easy. Like the next scene we see is them leaving. And then Clay's in the carriage with Sage and is like, okay, so like that guy does not have as much money as he says he does. I know where all the bodies are buried. And Sage is like, music to my ears. Let's start digging. Clay wastes no time, gets in the newspaper, stock crashes, Merrick pulls out of the deal. Basically, George is like, we are on the verge of collapse here. And his secretary's like, well, maybe you should consider, selling your shares. And he's like, no way in hell. Basically, if I can't save my company, I'll let it burn.
Bruh, George is like, damn, Clay. I was like, oh. George's like, I should have had him killed. And his secretary's like, you don't mean that, bro. George's like, don't test me, bruh, because I will do it. I will. Everything I built, my bruh, is on the verge of collapse.
And not to really draw parallels, but also to draw parallels. If you look at the news today, there might have been someone killed because someone was desperate and trying to save things from being on the verge of collapse. I don't know. Just do a Google search on it. There might be some sort of like files that you want to like look into. But, so this is a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
In terms of how
ringing a bell, Marissa. Not ringing a bell. I don't know where you're coming at with that.
Just like Google it. Just Google it. I promise.
Make quick Goog. Goog. So yeah. George, listen, we just need more money. Like everything is fixed by more money. We just need more money.
Well, and he says he can find it, and I am very worried, Jason. What does this mean? Is he going to kill people? Is he going is it what was happening?
I don't know. Because George is so prideful because, like you said, Mr. Brinkley, that's the new secretary. They're like, well, I mean, why don't you share your shares? George's like, nah, bro, I'm too proud for that. He's like, I will sit here and I'll watch my company burn to the ground before I give Rizzy Sage the satisfaction of selling my shares to that jackass. It's like, all right, George, pride comes before the fall, my guy. Pride comes before the fall. But
do you think he's gonna have to?
I think the next storyline we're talking about is going to be George's summation.
Or like he'll have to work with Bertha because yes, over in Arizona, Larry has arrived. Larry is there. Little does he know what the hell is going on back at home, but he is in Arizona. He meets with the metallurgist, and that guy's basically like, listen, I found some copper. It's first-rate copper. I found it here. It's early days, but you're going to want to buy up this whole thing, and you're going to want to make it super expensive so no one else comes after it because there's more here. And Larry's all like, yeah, I told my dad. Like, he didn't believe me.
Like, that dummy. I knew there's good stuff here. And the guy's like, listen, it's gonna be expensive to keep digging for this stuff. We found some of it. We think there's more. So because he says,
well, he just got $300,000.
Yeah, basically this is a big risk reward. So you can invest in this. It could be something really good. So
I think he needs to, if he hasn't already, vet this guy. Because I don't want this to be like another, Maude Beaton situation. Vet this guy or go and see the mine, like one of the test sites himself.
No.
Because he's gonna follow the mine and he's gonna die.
Do not send Larry into the mine. We don't know what this skullduggery Julian Fellows guy is gonna do because he's all out here killing people with horses. Like, do not let Larry get into a mine. Send other people to the mine, Larry. Don't go in there. Julian's out for blood. Okay, he's killing people with horses. Don't go in there, Larry.
That's fair.
I do think I do because I kind of think it's gonna be as simple as Larry's gonna make a shit ton of money.
Well,
he's gonna bail George out.
According to the previews, like he's back already next episode.
Yeah.
So like it has to be pretty good.
Time has passed, I guess, unless he just came back early. I don't know. Who knows? The time traveling in this show is like crazy.
Well, if he is told to like make this really expensive, he could basically just throw a bunch of money at it and everyone can like just be like, oh, I was expecting 50% less than this, so I gotta take it. You know what I mean? Like it bada bing bada boom, I'm done.
Yeah, so I can imagine he's gonna come back to George and be like, hey, I bought all the mine land. George is like, you what? Like, why?
Well, no, not just the land. I bought the lands and the mines because George wanted the land. He did not want the mines. He's like, whatever, just get as much land as you possibly can. And Larry had the insight and the foresight to say, yeah, but there could be something in that land. Like there could be something, another opportunity here.
Daddy, there could be something in their hills there. I'm just telling you. Okay, Daddy, I know there's something in there. And so Larry's right. I think Larry is going to strike it richer than he's already is. And I wonder if it's going to be kind of like an Ada Agnes situation with George and Larry. And Larry's going to be like, I'll fund you, Daddy. I'll pay for your life.
Well, one thing we know is that Larry is his own man. Mm-hmm. One thing we know is that he might bail out his dad, but there will be conditions. He's going to ask what's in it for me. He's going to make a deal that benefits him. I'm assuming he was thinking he could, what a victory this would be to come home with this deal and then say like, and I'm getting married and all of this stuff. And I just want this to actually happen for him, but we'll see.
I mean, it's been a season of winning for Larry. So hey, it could just keep continuing. Now that we kind of, I guess, figured out that the gambling thing is not going to be a real thing. It just seems like Larry's just going to keep steamrolling and keep winning.
For now, I mean, like he could be like he is getting close to the sun here. He is.
Yeah,
win upon win upon win. So
and I feel like in this show, when people start getting close to the sun, they keep going and get burnt up a little bit, and they fall from grace. Got to figure out how to work themselves back up again.
And that's like the difference between new money and old money. Old money grows very slow and is there for a very long time. New money, because it's new and they're constantly looking for new ways to grow it, is there and gone and there and gone and there and gone. So it's the difference between the streets. I don't know. What if JJ bails them out too with the mixer? Who knows?
I mean, listen, we can get everybody on this. We can get Larry in on it. We can get JJ in on it. And George has not turned over every rock, okay? And I think Larry's going to be here to be like, hey, you haven't looked under this rock? You haven't looked under this rock? You said you've gone everywhere. You haven't looked under these rocks. I got a friend, JJ. He's got money. I got money. Let's do this thing.
Yeah. It should be interesting. So yeah, we had a lot of movement in this episode on lots of different storylines. We've got 2 episodes left. It could go anywhere pretty much at this point.
It could go anywhere. It looks like this whole gossip storyline is really going to take off next episode, and that feels like it's going to dominate things.
And I hope it works out well for Aurora. I hope something nice comes out of this for Aurora.
I feel like something's good has to happen with Aurora. I feel like I feel like maybe with all this that's going to come out, Aurora's scandal may not be as
exactly
front of mind, and she'll be like, "Oh, so y'all got problems too, huh?" So
was
it's not just me.
that was the other thing. Shout out to the internet who said it should have been Charles Fane.
Yeah, for real. Why couldn't Charles been ran over by a horse? Why couldn't it have been him? Why couldn't you just change the CGI face from John Adams to Charles Fane? It can't be that hard. They have similar builds. It's average white man. You could change the faces easily. I feel no. There needs to be Charles Fane can't get off that easily. He needs to have a worse fate befall him. Several horses need to run over.
Go to the mines. Go to the mines.
Yeah.
Anyway,
stick him in the mines. Let him be the canary in the coal mine. Oh man, yeah, this was a fun episode to chop it up about, and so many things happened. I can't wait to see the resolution to all these storylines come together in a season finale in a couple weeks. Like I said, we got the news earlier today that season 4 will be coming, and listen, we will be back.
We'll be here.
4.
Yeah,
when season 4 comes around, we'll be back. So yeah, excited to keep going next week to see where this all lands us. Marissa, do you want to give the good people out there a little bit of info about what you're up to at the moment?
At the moment, I am podcasting with you, Jason, here on the Gilded Pod, and also over on the Good Pod, where we are currently covering The Good Wife, also in season 3, a little further along, but we're having a lot of fun over there. Still hanging out with Christine Baranski as always. I also am over on Whirlwind Podcasts talking about Pretty Little Liars, but one previously on at a time. So that's fun. And also, my sister and I started a little side project called the USS Sisterhood, where we are watching Star Trek The Next Generation, the first season, for the first time. I don't know what happened, how I missed watching Star Trek The Next Generation. I never saw it. She never saw it. So if you want to listen to us kind of stumble our way through the final frontier, you can find us at the USS Sisterhood.
Listen, I listened to both episodes that have released, and I thought Marissa was a huge nerd. I had only yet to meet her sister, Lisa, and figure out that she is just as big or maybe more of a nerd. So if you want to hear two nerds nerd out about nerd stuff, that's the place. And you all know from hearing Marissa that she can really recap an episode, tell a story I haven't even watched Star Trek New Generation. I feel like I was being told the episode recap really in a good way. They covered a few episodes. You covered 2 first, then you're going to cover more later at 5 at a time, I think you said.
Yeah.
So it was a really fun podcast without even looking at the episodes. So listen, the multitudes of Marissa, right? She's talking about the Gilded Age, Star Trek The Next Generation, and The Good Wife all at the same time. The multitudes of this woman, people. So if all those things cross your Venn diagram like it does for Marissa, go listen to all those things that she's on. Whether I'm there or not, it's a fun time. Trust me, I listened to it. I had fun listening.
Jason, that means so much to me. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm glad you enjoyed the episodes. And I support you just as much as you support me over on what you're doing. So why don't you let the people know? Because you are everywhere and you do such a great job recapping other TV shows as well. So why don't you let the people know?
Yeah, so like Marissa said, we're on Good Pod talking about The Good Wife. Also, I have a podcast called A Perfect Match with Asia Welch. We just started a Patreon going through older seasons of Married at First Sight until a new season comes along. We are currently on season 11 of Married at First Sight, one of the best seasons that show has. So if that is something that tickles your fancy, join us over on Patreon, patreon.com/A Perfect Match podcast. Join the fun. Join me and Asia as we chop it up every week about that crazy, crazy reality show. So those were our plugs. Thank you for sitting through them. Thank you for joining us again this week.
Yes.
If you are on the train, the horse carriage, wherever you are with us,
just look both ways.
Look both ways when you cross the street, people.
Okay.
You have loved ones out there that care about you. Okay.
Us too. Like, we do not, like, if you're listening to us, like, make sure you can hear the street sounds, make sure you can be around, just be safe out there.
You are someone's savior. Be there for them. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Be there for them. But until next week, stay rich.